welcome to day 2 of Scraptember. So September 2nd, Scraptember is enamel dots. So I struggled how to make this kind of a focal point, and I think I've decided that I'm just going to show you some different versions of enamel dots. And first of all, just using enamel dots that I never finished with a collection that didn't come with enamel dots. Then I'm also going to show you like metal flare, which is technically not enamel dots, but it's something that we use kind of like enamel dots, and how I like to use those with word stickers. And then finally, sometimes we get shaped dots, so like the stars, and these might fall into puffy stickers, but I just want to show you some different uses. I'm going to be using the Reminisce, the Home Edition collection, and this should be a quick page, but you can watch it come together. I'll put you on fast forward. We're on fast forward. This really did come together pretty quickly. So I went to my normal kind of layout where I use a block of paper as kind of the base. So you're going to see that. They had this paper that is basically looks like the siding of our house, which you could see in the pictures that we're going to use. And then there was paper that had 3x3 squares that I'm going to end up using as a title. The sticker sheet doesn't have any real titles, and I didn't feel like trying to find letter stickers. So I did love this under construction 3x3 square. So that's what I want to use as my title. So I know it's kind of, it's going to be kind of a blocky page, but this is a piece of paper. It's kind of gray. It's got yellow and kind of white tools on it. I thought that was fun. I know I need to give it a little bit of border between it and the white paper. So I'm cutting out just black cardstock. And then I've got two options. I have What a Mess and Under Construction. And I ended up, because it really wasn't a mess, I ended up doing Under Construction as my title, but I had those two blocks. I do have two vertical 4x6 photos. Oh, and I forgot. Once again, I have to change the tape. So you can watch me change the tape here. I guess I could edit this out, but it doesn't take that long, and I'll keep talking. So I'm still working with the 4x6 photos I printed from Walgreens when my printer was dead. I did get a new print cartridge, and I've updated my printer, and it's all working, and everything's beautiful now, so low stress. But I will say these pictures I printed from Walgreens, they're all 4x6, full 4x6, and they're all glossy. So I need to get these used, but they're also, a lot of times I print from my home computer, I print 3x5s or, 3x4s or, different sizes, 4x4s. And you can't do that when you're using Walgreens 4x6 photos. So two 4x6s is a really big amount of photos to have on one 12x12 page. So I knew that I wasn't going to have a lot of space. So you can see right there, it just basically takes up the space. Also, I know I need to have a border around those, so I am going to go with another piece of black. Here's the sticker sheet. It is super cute. This home collection from Reminisce, I don't know if it's even available anymore. So I started by putting these on here, and then when I glue down the first one, I put it kind of too high, so I'm going to have to trim. And I know this, so I'm fine. I'm just trying to get the margins all around. So I end up trimming it. And then you're going to see I end up looking at it and going, oh, wait, this is not where I want it because I want to be able to put my title and I need to have a blank space. So I was going to have to put my title there, and I don't love that. I'm cutting a 3 1/8 by, or 3 1/4 and by 3 1/4 inch square so that I can mat that on it. And I'm looking at that going, this is not what I want. I really want the under construction on the upper left. It's just the way my mind works, is that I want to be able to go from the left top to the bottom right. So move it around, and guess what? I'm much happier with that. So now I have the big block of photos and the block of the title, and this is exactly how I love the layout. So now I'm going to start embellishing on this, and I'm first going to look at what tools we have. We have this really cool drill. It's a little bit huge, but I do have that space up top, so I'm going to put it there. We have the tape measure, which these guys love a good tape measure, and then the trowel, because we are doing work outside. And then I've got the three different metal flare. So these are like really big enamel dots. So think of them as really big enamel dots. And one of the things I do with Flair is I find word stickers and I put the word stickers on there. So I have create, I have discover, and I have father. And I just think those are fun. I moved the create one over to the where they're doing the patio because that's more of a creative process than putting in a doorknob. But yeah, that's where I wanted to put that one. And this is just an interesting way to use both Flair, and if you had larger enamel dots, you could do that well also, where you added them to word stickers. So I'm doing that. I have some foam dots that fit right in these enamel dots or in these Flair, so that's perfect. And at this point, I am thinking to myself, what else do I need? And I sort of almost forgot I was supposed to be putting enamel dots on until I saw them. It's like, oh yeah, I gotta have enamel dots. Now I had picked this set of enamel dots because it had that teal blue, because a lot of this collection had teal blue. I ended up not picking any of the papers or embellishments that had teal blue. So instead I went with the brown because of the under construction sign, and I think it worked out perfectly. We also have some brown in the door. And now I'm like, I would like to use enamel dots in another way. So what I'm going to do is draw lines down here to put my journaling, and I'm going to use the enamel dots to highlight the journaling. And so this is another thing that I think is fun to do with enamel dots. I have 3 that are the same size. I'm going to put them on the lines. You'll see me move them around to make them work. Most of the times you can move the enamel dots. I'm going to journal about the fact that they did the outdoor stoop and then they did the doorknob during the summer break. Remember, this is sped up. I don't write this fast, but it's fun to watch. And also, I realize I'm not going to be able to fit everything in the 3 lines, so I have to have one more line, but I don't have one more enamel dot that size. So you'll see how I fix that in just a second. But it was a lot of fun to do this page, to have a different focus on enamel dots. So I did the flare as enamel dots. I did just the normal 9 enamel dots throughout the page. And then I used both enamel dots here to do the focus on the journaling. So I have one smaller one, and I kind of like that, but you'll see I'm going to come back to it and find a way to put in another smaller one on top. So I'm going to add by putting in a few more of the black word strips around the page. I just have a bunch of different word strips. I have some puffy ones. I couldn't even tell you where they're from. I've collected them throughout the years. I keep all my word strips together in one drawer so that I can find them when I need to. So that was one that says the details. So I'm using that to title the journaling sort of, and then I'm going to put one more enamel dot above that in a second. And I added the puffy stars, so don't forget you can also use star-shaped enamel dots, heart-shaped enamel dots. I'm showing you where I put all the enamel dots, and then you see in this close-up that extra little enamel dot by the details. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow on another Scraptember.